Hey guys, it's Gino coming at you with part 2 of how to improve your Halo 4 gameplay video. If you haven't seen part 1, there will be a link in the description below, so go ahead and check it out. But yeah, enough about that, let's just get this show on the road. At this point I feel like I should have mentioned it right at the bat, because it's something that you have to kind of know, is kind of knowing what to do at the beginning of each map. I mean, this does just apply to just Halo 4, but I feel like shooting game in general is just react to what your opponent's going to do right at the beginning. Once you play the game enough, you have an idea where your opponent's going to start and how they're going to start the game, and you kind of have to get into a routine of how you're going to counter it, so you don't waste time thinking. Because I have a routine of how to start of like every single map in the game. Well, all the main maps, not big team battles, but on the Slayer maps I kind of have a general idea of what to do right off each map, like at the beginning. And I feel like that's very important on Halo 4 especially, is because I feel like Halo 4 is a really momentum based game. Most of the time I play this when I'm playing, well, I guess when I'm playing by myself or not in the team, because once you get a good start on this game, you just kind of steamroll your opponent. So a lot of the time I feel like, well, I don't know if this will apply to everyone, but it applies to me mainly. It's just once I get a good start, the opponent just gets steamrolled or they just leave. People quit out really early in this game, because once you get a really bad start, you just kind of, it's really hard to come back. But yeah, so kind of getting the routine of what you're going to do in each map, I feel like it helps, and help you get like maybe one or two kills right at the beginning. But yeah, a second thing is to actually pay attention to your death cam, kill cam, whatever you want to call it. You usually don't use it to see how you died, but mainly to check where you got shot from. Because sometimes, I mean, at the beginning when I'm playing, I get this applied more often because I don't know the map very well, but is to check where your opponent shot you from. Because sometimes you just feel like you shouldn't be getting shot because you're behind cover, but by looking at the kill cam, you can learn a lot of different angles where you can get shot or put shot in, which helps you like improve, I'm sure. Because you never, like, people come up with different shooting angles all the time, so I think it's a good idea to just learn from your opponent. I mean, it doesn't hurt. But yeah, so pay attention to your kill cam, so you see how you die, especially when you at the time when you're wondering how you actually just died or where you got shot from. It's a good time to check out how you actually died. But yeah, this next thing, I guess it applied only to Halo 4 because it's only new to Halo 4, is the ordnance drops. A lot of people use ordnance just kind of randomly, because it says, oh, you get an ordnance, just get a weapon, and they just use it the moment they get it, no matter where they are. I've seen a lot of players just in the middle of like nowhere, like in the middle of Haven for example, just call out a shotgun and expect to stay alive to grab it. So I feel like, just say for example, if you have a sniper rifle on your ordnance, just even though if you like, you feel like you're safe to use it, like to call it ordnance, but you should always go toward your teammates and call it out, because if anything your teammate can cover you. So don't just call it out in the middle of nowhere and just get killed and get it stolen by your opponent. Another thing, I think this mainly only apply to overshield, and a lot of people call out overshield and just no matter what, there's no opponent around you, you still gotta call overshield for no reason, because people just like to call the ordnance straight away on this game for some reason. But with overshield, I feel like you can use it more effectively depending on the situation, such as like just before you get in a fight, you can call it just a little before you're running in. You get the like half a second of invincibility, which kind of a big deal. But yeah, I mean it's not a bad thing to call your overshield or whatever ordnance right away, because you kind of don't waste time building up your next ordnance, especially when you got like something pretty useless like grenades, needler, and like speed boost or something. But then I mean, if you have overshield or something, just you can save it so you can use it at the right time to guarantee a kill. A good time to use it is actually just when your team making a push, or when you're going for a flag, or when you getting in a 1v1. Just call it out and just guarantee a win. But yeah, this next point, or next 2 points I'm gonna make is kind of relate to each other, so I'm gonna kind of talk about it together. First point is knowing the hotspots, or the main part where people go on each map, because then you have an idea where, before, like I mentioned in part 1 about sprinting, because you don't want to sprint into a fight where your opponent already got 2 shots off you and it's too late for you to turn around. You're too busy sprinting around. But yeah, learning each map hotspot and where your opponent like to go. I mean, for now on Halo 4 there's no like weapon drop, so I mean there's no weapon respawn, not weapon drops, but on the previous Halo you normally try to control the power weapon spawns. Just like on this Forge map for example, I like to control the 2 points, the yellow and purple, because the both power weapons spawns over there and the OS is in the middle. So those 2 normally the main point I want to hold, which is the next point I'm trying to make, is to control the right section on the map, because it gives you like advantage over your opponent, because like for example you see me being on yellow and purple a lot in this game, because I can see the whole map and I can get access to the OS all game and the power weapon in the middle. But yeah, so I feel like controlling the map is really important in this game, even when you're playing by yourself. But yeah, you see this at the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope you improved your gameplay, and I will see you guys later. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe.
Game over. Victory.